Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's the final show of the year as we look to sign off 2024 with a bang. The stage is set. This is winner takes all 10. We have a fantastic main card. It's been a chaotic week. We've built up to this moment, the pinnacle of 2024, and we can't wait for the action to get underway. With me, Ty and Elle. Elle, let's start with you. It's been a week. It's been so hectic putting it all together, but this main card is mouth-watering, to say the least.
Yes, it's been its own brand of craziness this week. But yeah, we had the prelims underway now. That was a great show. We spoke about it before we started that, like the level of jiu-jitsu is just rising higher and higher. They've set the stage now. We're going to kick off the card, obviously, with the team event. The guys are starting to make their way through here now, which is always going to be exciting, fast-paced, high-end action. So super excited and happy that we've made it here in one piece.
Ty, tension is palpable at the moment. I mean, if you've got titles on the line, we've got rematches. The script writers have been at it. Let's hope that they've got the script right tonight. But just in general, what are you looking forward to?
Look, yes, we're really looking forward to the fact that tonight we'll crown 2 double champs within the men's title fights. And then if Bunmi pulls it off against Jess, we'll see a women's double champ status taking place tonight. And what a great opportunity for all of those competitors, and also showcasing how much time and effort they've put into this to be able to raise their hands twice and 2 different times.
I mean, the cliche, blood, sweat, and tears. It all comes down tonight. But let's just touch on some of these title fights. I mean, putting them together, matching up what is the cream of the crop in jiu-jitsu in South Africa right now.
Yeah, so this one was quite chaotic. So yes, to be honest, it was a big mix-up of a couple of equations that played themselves out quite nicely. Obviously, at the top, we've got 2 super high-level black belts who agreed to a combat jiu-jitsu matchup on their own accord. You guys are going to do it. We're here for it, So you're going to take 2 guys with immense amount of experience, technique, knowledge, throw in the X factor of combat, and see how they adapt, right? Obviously, when there's strikes, it opens things up and makes things more difficult and easier in some parts. So that one was quite cool. Steenkamp, we were trying to get him and Aiden on the card. Had a lot of things fall in and fall out. And Chris said to me, give me that fight with Aiden. So, respect to him and respect to Aiden for taking it. Very interesting matchup. And I couldn't think of 2 better guys, to be honest, to go and put on a performance for an absolute title. Big size difference between the 2, but honestly 2 of the best in the country. And they've said it in the lead up. They want to go and prove to everybody and themselves that they are one of the best in the country, and that's what we want to see.
It's all about the gold tonight, Ty. It's been hot, sweltering conditions. It is a bit cooler here tonight at the moment. The prelims was scorching, but how much of a factor is that tonight? We're at altitude, it's hot outside. What do you make of that?
Look, the environment's always going to take its play on the mat during the night, but let me just stoke the fire a little bit more. Jess had a lot to say about her previous match against Bunmi. Mentioned that she got lucky right at the end, mentioned that she's got the higher technical skill, and she's going to have to show it tonight on the mat, looking to find redemption in that matchup. But what a fantastic way to really kick off the title fights there. And we have 2 of probably the most prominent jiu-jitsu women in the country battling it out for that title.
Just before we get into the main card, Elle, what's piqued your interest tonight? What are you most looking forward to? I know the team event gets you excited all times of night.
One we didn't touch on, as the promo was playing, I said to Ty, that one's going to be super wild. Nguphane versus Adei, Volker. 2 guys that were at some point probably teammates coming through the amateur ranks, know each other pretty well. They've both come on here, got very good wins against very good opponents in the combat setting. So we want to see which one of them is the best at 84 kilos in the combat setup. I'm expecting, if that thing gets to the ground quickly, I'm expecting fireworks from those 2 boys. 2 guys that don't back down and 2 guys that a little bit of a point to prove to everybody, I think. So yeah, keep your eyes on that combat matchup as well.
Ty, it's also about legacy tonight, isn't it? Building that legacy in South African Jiu-Jitsu.
No, most definitely. And in the absolute men's title fight, you have Steenkamp that's building his own legacy, winning titles on the international scene, doing it on the local scene, has built a name for himself. But he's up against the incredible Hulk that is Aiden Griffith. Huge weight discrepancy between the 2. So we'll be quite fascinating to see how that one plays out. Big man versus, well, slightly smaller man, but a big man in his own right.
Well, it promises to be a fascinating main card. In the final show of the year, ladies and gentlemen, this is Submission Kings. Winner takes all, 10, and it starts right now.
The Proton X90 Mild Hybrid. The perfect blend of sophistication and luxury. Designed around your world with class-leading safety features and jaw-dropping performance. The X90 comes standard with all the space you need, safely guiding you to destinations where moments last a lifetime. Proton X90. It's not just a car, it's a lifestyle.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the final main card of the year, and kicking it off is the fan favorite team event. Before we get to that, we just want to thank our incredible partners, the CMH Group, who continues to support us and the sport of Jiu Jitsu, Proton South Africa for their unwavering support, Photon, and make sure you check out the new Tunland, ECVA Africa, the amazing people at A Liquor Size, the Blue Line, Gasoline Denim Co., the Jit Shop, and our awesome venue right here at 133rd on 1st. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from the blue corner, please welcome Team Sub Kings, Tumelo Ramapoko, Justin Thomas, Jamie Gemmel, Captain Nico Brits, and Joshua Stunders. The Jits Shop team is in the red corner. Please welcome Joshua Heidenreich, Nabek Mura, Kevin Koch, Captain Ali Mirza, and Johan Filioun. Let's put your hands together for our two teams, ladies and gentlemen. Your referee is Kino Lundi.
Mark Silos here joining me in commentary. Mark, what a way to kick off the main card with a team event underway, Team Sub Kings versus Team Progress. Interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, and as has been mentioned, we've gone for the wrestle meet style as opposed to the quintet. You know, here we can have more stylized matchups. You know, the matchmakers can have a bit of a selection here as to who faces who. Yeah, we're seeing Joshua versus Tumi.
Yeah, and a reminder to everybody at home, the manner in which this team event works out is that if there is a submission within the 6-minute regulation time, that is 1 point to the team that gains the submission. If that submission comes before the 3rd minute of the match, that is 2 points to that team. Should the matches end in a draw, it would be a 0-0, and we'll work our way to the end.
Tumi pulling to that butterfly guard, and sorry to interrupt the tie. Josh quickly stuffing at passing his guard. Tumi doing well to get his position back into that.
An exceptional job by both fighters, like really pushing the pace to start this team event off.
Let it out, get it done, get it right in the fields, let it out.
Joshua opting to stand back up. Maybe we see some wrestling here. Melo with the collar tie. Oh, there we go. Looking to jump guard.
Almost jumped straight into that mounted position.
But Joshua quick to react and ending up in that closed guard.
You know, quite an age discrepancy here by the two competitors, 19 versus 31. Tumelo coming in with quite a few years of experience, but you know, the jiu-jitsu game has changed so much in the recent years. You're seeing a lot of these young competitors coming in, mainly focusing on leg attacks.
Yeah. And as I said before with some of the undercard guys, these youngsters are actually such a handful to deal with these days. You know, they've been grappling for a couple of years themselves, and you know, maybe you know, in their teens still and white belts, but, you know, have boatloads of experience. Bunmi just trying to break the posture there. Josh doing well to stand back up or to extend his posture and not be broken down. Bunmi probably trying to work with an overhook there, maybe looking for a triangle.
It was a little disappointing that Tumelo didn't decide to grapple with his sunglasses on, seeing that he's been wearing it all day.
Right in the fields, let it out. Get it done, get it right in the fields, let it out.
Yeah, I'm a fan of those glasses.
Despite a hugely energetic start to this match, it's quieted down a little bit more, but as I call
beautiful K-guard
it...
entry there from Bunmi.
There we go. Bunmi finding himself in that headquarters position, but looking to wrap his arm around that head. Opts against it, dragging the far side arm across the body.
Diving over for that head, ending up with a guillotine attack. But Josh doing well to take none of it.
Wow. Neither competitor willing to allow them to be pinned and into the less dominant position.
Tumelo goes for that knee cut pass and then back steps over into the leg, onto a knee bar. Try to take his time here. Now he's actually attacking a toe hold on the far leg. Josh did well to slip his foot there. Oh, did beautiful escape, having none of it. Beautiful entry by Tumelo.
A fantastic showing by both gentlemen. We have
Again, jumping guard.
Last 3 minutes of the match, there is only 1 point on offer should one of these competitors finish off the match with a submission.
Underhooking that leg, Tumelo. Oh, again, looking to come up on the legs, but
fantastic entry, but he has left his own leg
exactly
exposed there.
Onto the neck. Non-stop action here, one attack to the other.
No, neither competitor, as I said, resting on their laurels and allowing a position to be maintained.
So Tumelo goes for this knee cut, and then he actually back steps over into almost like an inside Ashi position there. Obviously, didn't have. There we go. Again, beautiful.
Great technical experience there. Tumelo looking to aim for the far side leg, trying to get his opponent to double trouble. But Joshua ensuring that he wrestles it.
Quite wise to that as well. Oh, I thought that was a arm and guillotine there.
It's quite an intriguing matchup here between the two gentlemen. You know, and with only 6 minutes on the clock, it doesn't really leave you much time. So in a team event, I think you have to put it all on the line.
100%.
Try to get that point for your team. Tumelo looking.
He's been very active. Oh, reverse close guard. Now, quite a strong position. This to attack the feet from you. You know, your opponent can't do much to defend. But
there he is, attempting on that toe hold. Joshua looked to be in a little bit of trouble. You just noticed from that body language.
You know, once you're in that reverse close guard, that A block is so strong that you actually can't defend it at all. So Josh doing very well to get out of that position. I mean, I don't think we can say much about these guys because they've very much pushed the pace, and it has been attack on. There we go again into that inside. Actually, he's going for like a clover leaf there.
You know, in a lot of the matchmaking conversations, Tumelo talked about how he prefers upper body attacks to arm bars, butterfly sweeps, but you know, a lot of focus has been on the legs here. But probably been the most threatening submissions.
100%. But geez, Josh has done really well to survive those. Great fight.
Excellent fight to set the tone for the team event tonight, but given that the fight has ended in a draw, that will be a 0-0 point scoring session, making our way into the next matchup.
Great fight by both those gents. And you can see some big breaths from both gents, you know, and that's what you want to see. 6 minutes, just red line. I mean, obviously within your game and your strategy, and you know, still remaining technical, but just push the pace.
Well, now we're on stage. We have the perennial WTA man, you know, showcasing his gaming ability in Justin Thomas.
Yep.
But
Been around the block quite a few times.
on the block and always tends to impress when
Beautiful, you know, rolling head attack there, slash, you know, maybe Kimura.
yeah, and a kind of modified Ezekiel that he's trying to put on there, but now opted to just maintain control of that head position.
Now we've, oh, wise to the leg attack. Textbook escape there, framing on the leg, turning around. Good work from Justin.
Excellent piece of action by Justin there.
Yeah.
Maintained a dominant position throughout that exchange. And really kind of coming in and surprising his opponent with...
Oh, I thought we were going to see a bit of an inside Ashi entry there from Navi.
Justin's allowed his foot to get stuck in that position, but again, not resting in that position to allow Nabek to...
Oh, he's attacking that outside heel hook. Oh, beautiful mat awareness there from Justin. Realizing he's close to the edge of the mat and going for that Hail Mary roll off the mat, but they are resetting in the same position, okay. Never nice restarting in an outside heel hook like that, and of course we all have scars from the last one that takes all. Oh, there we go. So 2 points.
2 points to team progress.
Well
given the
for
fact
Justin,
that
I thought he had a good showing there. But ultimately getting caught in that outside heel hook. Great finish by Nabe. So it's basically Team Creonche. I'm looking at it.
Well, it's down to Jamie Gimmel to try earn this one back for his team up against Kevin Koch.
Yeah, no slouch himself, or Kevin.
You know, I was just saying to Jamie earlier in the day, he's kind of the Cowboy Cerrone of Submission Kings in WTA.
Jamie is.
Jamie is, you know, he's the experienced veteran, but always willing to take up a fight, regardless of who he's up against.
Most game gamer, as he says, he calls himself. Oh,
But now
beautiful
finds
outside heel
himself
hook.
also in a heel hook position, and oh my goodness, what a showing by Kevin Koch, isolating that
Beautiful. You know,
outside Ashi.
Kevin coming from Henzo Gracie, Cape Town, you know, I think also spends a lot of time with Kurt, where they, you know, there's a lot of focus being placed on those leg locks, and you can see it come to show there.
And given the fact that he ended that match within the first 3-minute time limit, that puts Team Progress up 4-0 going
4-0.
into the...
It's up to Nico now to, he has to get 2 points here. Both the next two fighters have to get 2 points to at least draw.
And just a reminder to those at home, these are the team captains. This team event was really put together on the basis that Nico, coming off of a loss at WTA 9, was the man to put up his hand and said, I want Ali. Not something that most people would have wanted given the leg break at WTA 9.
Exactly.
But Nico put up his hand, and the matchmakers decided, let's make it a team event and allow this to be the showcase of the event.
I like that. Yeah, so anything other than 2 points for Nico seals it for... Oh, Nico's on that guillotine. Oh, wow. Good work by Ali. Entering a leg now, potentially an outside heel hook or straight ankle.
Yep. Nico wise to it, protecting that leg.
So Nico has 2 minutes to try fight for those 2 points. But yeah, anything other than that pretty much seals it for Team Progress.
That is most definitely true, Mr. Silas. You know, and some of the attention on Ali will be as he attempts to use this body lock pass into perhaps a more dominant position, either a half guard or a side control, is does he have this top game? We've seen him with the leg game.
We know he's capable of the bottom game.
Most definitely, but very, very different position to see him dominating from a top position.
You know, Ali also, I think he recently got his blue belt from Dill and the guys, and another one of the Creonche youngsters who's just come up the ranks and has just, you know, put his hand up, competed, been present at most comps, and just come on in leaps and bounds, and it's probably testament to what the guys there are doing at Creonch, because you just get all these young beasts coming through now.
Doing a really good job in progressing into a side control position.
Yeah, very good. Looking for that cross face.
Niku using both of his top frames against the hips.
So I wonder whether that would have been some feedback from the corner saying, you know what, Ali, you just don't get submitted in 3 minutes.
Would have been a smart strategic game.
He seems, between the corner and Ali, they seem to be very cognizant of the time. So I would think that has been the strategy now. We'll see by the reaction in 30 seconds time whether there's a bit of a celebration from the guys in the corner.
And interesting to note that Team Progress is being cornered by Creonch right now, given Sub Kings opting to coach their own teammates across the mat. So Ali looking to isolate that arm, getting into that top Kimura position.
This looks like he's got a strong grip. Oh, looking to force that on.
Almost slipping into the wrist lock, but we know that small joint manipulations are not allowed on the mat. Would not be called as a sub. But both fighters finding themselves back into that bottom butterfly position, with Ali looking to utilize the body lock.
Yeah, again.
Doing a really good job.
3 minutes have passed, so maximum Niku can get here now is 1 point if he manages to submit Ali. Ali also, if I'm not mistaken, was at Nogi Euros. He actually had a really good run. You know, made his team proud. I think he went out in the quarters, if I'm not mistaken. But again, seeing these guys now on the international stage as well is just incredible.
Yeah, no, you know, I mentioned it in the show opening, but a huge shout out to both Chris and JP Base for winning medals at
Nogi Euros.
Rome Invitational. You know, fantastic representation for South Africa from a jiu-jitsu standpoint.
No, it's unbelievable, and it's nice to know you know, homegrown talent that's shining on the world stage. Looks like Ali is just happy to, you know, cook Niku a bit now, stay on top of that half guard position, chest on chest, cross face, and just ride out the remainder of the time.
Yeah, and look, we always knew that this kind of strategic tactical battle would play its part in this team event, and Team Progress has done an exceptional job, really powered by the likes of Kevin Koch getting a quick submission and ensuring his team 2 points.
Yeah, I think that was the defining moment. So both Kevin and Nabak got the outside heel hook.
That is correct. And whilst it would be a pride fight, we see, which you can't see off cameras, old Joshua Standers limbering up, ready to ensure that he at least leaves his mark on this mat, as the two competitors will go into kind of a stalemate match for the last bout of this team event.
Yeah, I see Johan warming up as well. I think both big guys ready to throw down, put on the showing. You know, you hear some of the calls from Team Sub Kings to open up that guard. I mean, when you're in this bottom position, close guard, not really going to help your any attack if you don't release that yeah,
guard.
Exactly. Maybe try to break Ali's posture, look for the, you know, triangle, maybe a hip bump sweep, something to just, you know, off balance him a bit. But, you know, if you leave him settled like that, he's just going to hold you there.
Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The fourth matchup of the night leads to a 0-0 draw that just solidifies the fact that Team Progress will win this team event. So we see the next two competitors walking out, Josh Standers versus Johan Viljoen. This is a match for pride, and let's see if Team Sub Kings can get one back on the scorecard.
Josh is a judo black belt, is he?
That is correct.
Yeah.
A judo black belt and a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson impersonator.
Yeah, apparently he's his stunt double. But yeah, Johan Viljoen, one of the other active competitors that's, you know, made a mark with his entry recently, been competing now on the blue belt stage for quite a while. He's fought Jason Durant a couple of times. I think he's got a few wins over him. just a all-around very active, very successful competitor, and was also in Rome now for Nogi Euros with Chris and Ali. So,
and really hunting for that leg right now. And you know, in the match, talking to matchmaker Alistair Bishop, he did mention to Josh Thunders, you know, how's your leg game? And Josh says, I'm not going to let him get to my legs.
okay. Josh's arm is stuck in almost like a Choi bar position, but Johan's fishing for the leg, as you mentioned. Josh just exploding out of that.
Doing exactly what he promised, not ensuring that Johan does not get close to the
Having
legs.
none of it. Let's see if we see some of that judo come to play now.
Johan's wise to sit down back into the guard position, trying to isolate and fish for that underhook on the far side leg.
Almost fishing for like a deep half guard there.
Deep half guard, maybe aiming for a bit of a wader sweep.
Josh trying to force that knee cut, manages to pass onto the head. With those big arms, you would think there's some torque in that squeeze.
Yeah, not a very nice position for Johan to be in, but does a great job to re-guard there once again.
Great inversions, good side-to-side passing from Josh. Johan straight onto the legs. And again, we see that outside heel hook exposed once again. It would be the third one of the night in the team event. Josh seems wise to it, fighting the grips and not letting Johan establish, you know, that bite on the heel.
A huge leverage on that leg, given the fact that Josh has got both his bottom limbs and two top limbs trying to attack a single limb of Josh's over there.
Josh seems fine now. He's managed to suck his heel back, so he needs to get that knee line out. Johan still has a big bite on the knee line, but if Josh can grip fight there and not let him actually talk or turn his right shoulder to the mat, he should be fine for now.
Josh taking an interesting approach by putting the other leg across the top to try to defend.
And I see he's holding his own foot, but he needs to... I'm not sure if I'm a fan of resetting the position straight with a bite on as deep, you know?
Yeah. We have seen in other competitions, be it winner takes all or ADCC, that if you've got the deep heel hook exposure in place, that you do not reset in that position.
Yeah. It's part of the strategy to not let the guy go out of bounds then if you're the one attacking the heel.
Hence why the beloved Craig Jones decided to build a pit so that people can't roll out of off the stage.
See, Johan is establishing quite a deep grip now on that heel, which I won't be surprised if we see a finish now. See, he's getting grip, instructions from his corner as to what to do with the grip. Josh is probably going to backstep over, which is just going to end up in 50-50, and Johan will... Let's see. Or maybe Josh just decides to run straight out, yank that knee straight through to his chest. See,
Josh seems to have got that knee.
Yeah, he needs to focus now on just driving that knee forward. Yeah, that knee line's out.
Yeah, the knee line does look out. Josh taking a focus on Johan's own feet.
See, backstep 50-50, now inside heel hook, potentially. Josh not doing much to just slip the foot there. Oh, that looks on. Josh fighting the grip with his secondary leg. Good showing from these guys.
A fantastic showing. It does seem like Johan's losing leverage with his legs on isolating Josh's.
Yeah. Well done, Josh. Good escape, but he gives his back to Johan. Manages to get one hook in, second hook in. He'll probably take his time now. From what I've heard, Johan's quite a strong guy to deal with. So I think he's found his match in Josh.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this team event has already found its victors in team progress, but both gentlemen absolutely putting on a show despite
Giving it their
the
all,
results.
yeah, 100%.
Great to see by them. Johan just trying to underline his team's performance tonight, but Josh doing a very good job in ensuring that momentum doesn't take place.
Lots of grip fighting going on. Johan has that body triangle locked.
A little bit of a gas mask there. I guess the body triangle is a great mechanism to lock your opponent in place, but you know, then you lose the ability to try isolate that arm and trap it.
Yeah, exactly. And then we see now Josh just mainly focusing on that choking hand, not letting Johan, you know, get that grip across his face. You know, as I say, anything below the eyebrows.
Given the position of Johan's isolation of that arm, he may look to
the armbar,
throw that leg over the top of the armbar, but no.
Stays on the back.
Josh doing what Josh does.
Oh,
lifts up
great
Johan
work from Josh.
Into that.
I thought Johan had that choke across his face now, but no, Josh having none of it. Again,
Josh having fun out there with a smile on his face, looking to finish up the night, but
yeah, proving flipping resilient as well, you know, not having none of it. Having a good time out there, listening to his corner. Tough, tough, tough.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to try shake your opponent off in this position, given the fact that
I thought maybe he would have been able to with all the sweat, but yeah, with that body triangle.
Lots of grip fighting going on over there. Fantastic, fantastic showing. Great fight
Well
by
done,
Johan and Josh. And a wonderful performance by Team Progress. I think nobody would argue with me if I said that most of their competitors dominated each of their fights and did a really, really good job in getting the win out there.
Yeah, great stuff. It was nice to see something different compared to the last wrestle meet style team event we had, where, you know, it had to go down to sudden death round because the teams were tied at the end, whereas now clear-cut winners in Team Progress.
Well, Mr. Christmas himself, Justin Ferrier, getting onto stage to award the Sub-Kings trophy to the team captain, Ali Mirza, of the winning competitive team, as Jamie Gimmel hops off the stage as well.
Has he got a bit of a limp going?
Got a bit of a limp.
Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, no. It comes with the territory, I suppose, eh? Live by the sword, die by the sword.
There we go.
But I mean, when you're doing these fun events like this, wrestle me or team event, you don't want to encounter any injuries for something like this.
Big celebration by Team Progress. Really well done out there. As I said, all of their competitors dominated their respective matchups and worthy winners of the title for the team event for WTA 10.
Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Ladies and gentlemen, a massive welterweight clash takes place next. From the blue corner, from Cape Town, representing Enzo Gracie, Cape Town, please welcome Leo Chisin. His opponent, a seasoned veteran on these mats, from the red corner representing Gracie Jiu Jitsu Fourways, please welcome Nathan Thorne.
Folks, redemption meets ambition in this welterweight clash as Nathan Thorne looks to bounce back from a tough loss at WTA 9, while Leo Chisin seeks to establish himself as a serious contender with his WTA debut. With both fighters carrying high stakes into this matchup, the intensity is sure to be palpable.
Your referee, Lloyd Griffith.
Nathan, a familiar or a household name with the sub-team's rule set and winner takes all stage. He's been around a few times. If I'm not mistaken, he was called in short notice to step in for this fight. I forget who he stood in for. Nate looking to enter the single leg, some strong wrestling from him. Maybe a knee tap.
Leo really tight on that head.
But Nathan passes beautifully to side control. Leo's still on that head, potentially looking for a guillotine or guillotine. Oh, beautiful roll from Nate.
Fantastic roll to get out of that, and that looked exceptionally tight.
Yo, good stuff. Nice regard from Leo. We're going to see maybe some pressure passing from Nate.
You know, and Leo comes in as a decorated competitor in ADCC Open events, and he's consistently medaled at regional tournaments, showcasing his readiness for this WTA stage.
Entering that Choi bar there, we've seen quite a few of those today. Again, look, he's putting that top leg of his through to Nate's far hip, but not managing to. He should probably try invert from here to get a better bite on Nate's arm. Nate's probably quite wise to the arm attack there.
Wise to the arm attack.
There we go. You see
his resilience.
Yeah, you see Leo's foot through coming through on the other side.
And I mean, Mark, if you're Leo in this position, what do you see? Oh, there we go. Already out. But what would you have been seeking to do there?
Sure, that's a tough one. I probably would have inverted more, which would have put my hips right underneath Nate and probably forced a roll through from him. That being said, it looks like Nate had quite a strong bite on his own arm. Nate looking
very, very good in using that
body lock pass. Yeah, quite a tough opponent, Nate. You know, used to the bright lights. It will be interesting to see how Leo does. You know, on his debut.
You know, and as you noted earlier, Nate taking this fight on short notice and nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Yeah, exactly. I think Leo's going to try enter on that far side leg now. Again, potentially an outside heel hook. Yeah, I see him fishing. He's fishing for that leg now. Nate might try force like an over-under pass with that hip control. Leo is still fishing for that leg. He can actually probably sit through to an inside ashi if he rolls through to that far hip. But Nate also having none of it now. Both men 50-50. This could end up in a shootout where both these guys end up fishing for an inside heel hook. So we see Leo now going for the inside heel hook and Nate on his trying to get on that left elbow, fishing for the inside heel hook of his own.
But both competitors having their ankles crossed, which making it a little bit difficult to get that heel exposure and attack the primary leg that they'll look to get the finish on.
Exactly. So Leo looking to attack a straight ankle on the secondary leg, which looks quite tight now. Nate pulling his leg straight out there and escaping the inside leg attack. Entering on his own inside heel hook there. Beautiful stuff there from Nate.
Inside ashi position there as Nate looks to.
Yeah, he doesn't have the knee.
He doesn't have the knee line, and then opting to get back into the headquarters
Bit of a wrestle up into top position. K-guard.
Been really impressed with Leo continuously
Beautiful K-guard
attacking.
entry. Yeah, that was lovely.
Absolutely. And you can see why he got his place on his debut so high up on this main
On the
card.
card, yeah. Oh, beautiful triangle entry. Nate will want to posture up, not let...
But Leo doing a
Leo
very
going for that
good
reverse
job
side.
to lock in his triangle.
He's gone for that reverse lock on the triangle. Nate stepping over.
Taking a deep breath in as he steps over there. Lots of
needs to turn the
pressure.
angle there, but he has exposed his arm to Leo. Oh, good stuff from Nate. Oh, good. Brilliant. So
Excellent
resilient.
stuff. Landing up on top with Leo in the turtle position.
Oh, straight
opting-
into mount. Beautiful stuff. He needs to take his time now, just try ride it out. Or not ride it out, just, you know, gather himself.
Gather himself, use it as a pit stop position. You
And
know,
let-
we talked about this earlier
Exactly.
in at the prelim fights. A lot of the younger fighters not realizing that they've done all this work to get into a great position. So,
100%.
you know, ride this out in the pit stop position, allow your opponent to tire themselves out.
And we can see that looks very unpleasant for Leo on bottom there. His arms trapped. You've got that chest on face pressure. Almost a bit of a mother's milk. Nate could attack that arm triangle now if he manages to shift that elbow across the center line a bit. But again, such composure from Nate. Beautiful stuff. I would like to see him shifting his head off to his left.
Using a bit of a gas mask over there while
Yeah.
he isolates the arm across Leo's face, potentially for a head and arm choke.
There we go. There we go. So now he's attacking that head and arm choke. Leo's answering or trying to answer the telephone. Classic defense for the submission.
But Nate's in a very, very good position here.
Again, this position, you just need to take your time, ride him out.
Opting to step over.
Yeah, you want to see
head and
Nate
arm.
put his knee there on that knee on belly, or even go back to mount so that Leo can't backwards roll and escape, and he gets the tap.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
Fantastic showing by
Beautiful,
Nathan,
beautiful,
as we said.
beautiful. So composed.
Nothing to lose, everything to gain, and he gains that by winning.
He's probably challenging Dill for Mr. Sub King's title, you know. The amount of matches he's had on here, he's got a couple of good victories. And like we were saying, with that head and arm choke, once you get that position, often guys will blow their arms out, giving it 100%, when you actually just need to put 60-70% and just ride it out. And that was a bit of slow poison there from Nate.
No, most definitely. You know, we talk about being in that head and arm choke, utilizing the toothpaste position. So just like diving down a little bit lower, sprawling yourself
Exactly.
out and getting that last bit of toothpaste out of the tube. Well done, Mr. Nathan Thorne.
Nice, Nate. Well done. Great showing. We got some hitting next.
We do have
Some open hand
some
striking.
open hand striking with the first combat jiu-jitsu matchup for the night, and the first of the title fight. So a very intriguing matchup to take place. Peace against Adei. Both winners at WTA 9 coming into this one with strong momentum. So it'll be really interesting to see how this matchup goes.
This is my new all-electric car. It's the perfect choice for my business commute.
It makes it ideal for the school run or a quick pop to the shops.
And even though they're super compact, the van version is ideal for my business. It's even got a reversing camera.
You can charge it on a standard plug in just 4 to 6 hours, and it has a range of over 150 kilometres.
It's so easy to drive, and as my very first car, it's even easier to park. Plus, it's eco-friendly and I can connect my phone.
It has 0 emissions, remote locking, a comfortable interior, a great panoramic view, but with safety cage design and impact absorption.
But best of all, it's one of the most economical cars to buy and run.
The new City Blitz, all-electric car, perfect for urban life.
The Blue Line is a cut above the rest and is your leader in sourcing, branding, and media solutions. From branding of events, corporate gifting, content solutions, to professional event management. The Blue Line is your only turnkey solution provider. For more information, visit theblueline.co.za.
The middleweight combat match is up next, ladies and gentlemen. From the blue corner, representing the House of Tinkerbell, please welcome Peace Nguphane. His opponents from Durban, representing Forge MMA, please welcome Adei Volker.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first title fight of the night is here, and it's one for the books. With open hand strikes adding a whole new layer of intensity, these two warriors are primed to deliver a fight that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Expect speed, power, and technical brilliance as these athletes battle to claim the coveted 84 kg Combat Jiu-Jitsu crown.
Your referee, Kirk Bloomer.
Well, Mark, as I said earlier, both Adei and Peace coming into this with momentum on their side, both winning their matchups at WTA 9, but only Peace, had a combat jiu-jitsu match. Adei finishing with a strong, very early guillotine.
Oh,
look at that
wow.
Uchimata to get his opponent down to the ground. And now that they are downed opponents, slaps come into play.
Uchimata or Taitoshi, those two always come into confusion, but regardless, beautiful throw.
With a nice front headlock there, Adei looking to...
So now he should be utilizing some of those slaps, given that Peace is grounded, or they're both on the ground.
Looking to...
More than welcome to use those slaps now, and you can hear the crowd cheering, wanting to see that. Try and maybe get that body triangle to lock down that lower half of his body, of Peace's body rather. But
nice,
he's got that hip clamp.
Nice hip clamp there. Very good position, making sure that he's got spinal alignment.
Oh, some big punches coming in from Adei.
And opting to let go of that hip clamp, but stepping over.
Oh, this is not a nice position to be in for Peace.
Very difficult position to... Very
Adei welcome to just open those strikes now. He should be throwing many.
In order to expose that chin, and there he goes, looking to sink in that choke.
Yeah, he should be throwing as many as he can, use them as a distraction. There we go, you see some big throws coming in there, or big open hand strikes. To to ultimately make or force Peace to open his neck or expose his neck.
Yeah, and Peace at the WTA 9, he actually got his opponent to submit by TKO.
Yes,
given
exactly.
That,
he was raining down strikes
that were coming down.
The crowd always loves this matchup, or this event rather. Seeing some open hand strikes, not as brutal as you know, a normal MMA fight.
Once again, fantastic hip throw, landing up in the top position again with a front headlock. Adei really putting on an absolute masterclass here.
He's ending up on top though. Again, with the combat jits, you want to see the guys utilizing the strikes to open up position. You know, make your opponent second guess or think twice about what he's doing.
Peace passing into that side control position. Adei is keeping control of that head. Typically, you don't want to do that because you may gas your arm out, but he's probably worried that if he lets go of that, the strikes are going to come raining down.
Yeah, I think so. He's trying to put that crossface on, just keep Adei controlled underneath there.
Yeah, he'd be wise to ensure that that shoulder gets deep underneath Adei's throat. A little bit of a battle there with that bottom arm of Adei's trying to push Peace back into that
yeah, he's controlling those hips, but Adei proving hard to hold down. There we go. So Peace is welcome to strike there as well. Almost both falling off the mat. Peace ending up in mount now.
Peace ending up in mount.
You can
Right
know this crowd going
stage.
crazy. Right in front of Adei's corner.
This may be a reset back into the middle. Referee Kurt Bloomer taking my advice and putting both competitors back in the middle of the ring.
Probably a wise decision.
But my goodness, Peace is now in top mount position in the middle of the ring. Probably likely to put down, rain down some of the strikes.
These are some big middleweights here.
We've got Mr. Matchmaker himself, Alistair Bishop, next to us, really enjoying the matchup that he put together.
Peace vining those, looking to use his legs as a bit of a vine to stop Adei from getting up or changing position, getting to his side. Again, these guys leaving it all out there, putting on a show for all the spectators.
You know, and I think Peace doing the right thing, ensuring that he maintains control of the position before 100%. He decides to get the strikes in, but now he's really
he's got those double underhooks.
Yeah. That's a great position for him to be in.
Brutal, belly down now, and now he can, I think that's similar to how he finished his previous opponent, this belly down position on his last combat jits fight. And despite the fact that it's open hand palm strikes, those can still be, you know, pretty brutal. You can actually, we've seen some knockouts before with those open hand strikes. Some guys leaving here with bloody noses.
I see Adei decided to put in those earplugs, getting a bit of advice from
interesting
from the UFC slap fighting, ensuring that he protects those ears. But Peace once again getting to dominate
very strong on top.
And with 3 minutes to go, it's a really, really difficult place to be. A reminder to everyone at home that all the title fights are 10-minute fights. So, you know, a really grueling battle for our competitors out there, particularly if you're in this bottom position with strikes raining down.
So Adei doing well still to sort of protect his face and not get too exposed. But we see that, Peace raining down some big shots there. He's got that. Those are some big shots there now. He's got that far arm controlled over Adei's, and he's not actually able to get up. He's doing well to keep him controlled, stay on top. Oh, big strikes. With that chicken wing grip, he's actually completely disabled Adei from getting up. He's not able to post or base on that hand. And he's just now, we may have even see a TKO here. Yeah, I think so. Good call.
And that's it once again. Peace Nguphane impressing on the WTA stage.
Very good.
His second TKO victory in a row.
From that top position, he wasn't going anywhere, and it was just a matter of time before the TKO was called.
And intense, brutal matchup between these two former MMA fighters, and you know, they put it all on the line. Well done to Peace and Nguphane. And once again, getting his own back on Adei Volker, who had the competitive advantage earlier in the matchup.
Yeah, great fight. Again, both guys leaving it out there. Adei ate some big shots. Hopefully he's fine and nothing too serious. But yeah, Peace had that, what do you want to call it, that chicken wing grip, which actually Adei couldn't do anything.
Well, our new title holder heads over to see us to get his post-match interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peace and Nguphane, congratulations, Peace. You must be absolutely thrilled with that. Firstly, there was a lot of pressure up front. Were you surprised at his aggression early doors?
Praise Jesus, baby. Praise Jesus. It's all grace. It's all blessings. It's all love. Life outside the cage and outside his mat hasn't been going good for me. But I have my skills and the blessing that God gave me to at least have something good. So I'm very grateful for this victory. Thank you to Submission Kings, Jiu Jitsu fans. Thank you for accepting me. I'm an MMA guy, a bit scrappy on the mat, but hey, we make it happen. And the king of combat Jiu Jitsu is here, baby.
Getting back to that, I mean, Adei came out, showed his strength. Was altitude and the fact that it was from Durban a factor in this?
100%. The game plan was, as always, man, patience is a very beautiful key that's very hard to find. Because you're slow, it doesn't mean that you're patient. Patience is being taking damage, even though you can prevent it, but you take it for the greater good. And that's exactly what just happened today. I was beat in the middle in the beginning. I was in a bad position. I was getting hit, I got angry. I got all these emotions to make mistakes and give my back. But it's the team that's with me. It's the God that's with me in there and the grace that we pulled it through. Thank you to Adei and his team. On to the next one, baby.
When you got full mount, it looked like there was a change there. You ate a few slaps, but you also dished a few out. Could you hear the crowd calling for more slaps?
100%. That's why it's combat jiu-jitsu. I mean, my coach was like, dude, we hit him, it's fine. Now let's finish this thing. Let's get a rear naked choke, let's get a submission. But hey, there's no greater submission than a slap. You slap somebody, baby. That's what happens. Hands the combat jiu-jitsu. Let's make it fair, let's make it happen. Submissions, we have our moments for them. But anything other than that, slap, baby.
Last one, what's next for you? I mean, you got the belt now. Is it to hold on to this belt as long as possible? Is there anyone in particular that you would love to face next?
Unfortunately, I don't know any competitors in the jiu-jitsu realm. Unfortunately, man, I don't know who's who and who's what. I don't know. But Submission Kings, I'm here, man. And what's next? We're gonna defend this title. Next year, we're gonna go to EFC, get that title, and legitimize and unify, being the king of ground and pound, baby. that's where we're going. Next year, we're going to certify it and make it plain and then bring it to fruition.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Peace and Nguphane. Don't go anywhere, got more action. And winner takes all 10 after this.
Bunmi and I have had a lot of history in the past. We've had quite a few previous matches. I've already beaten him twice, so I don't think that this, having competed against an absolute division, makes any difference to my game plan. I'm just going to make a few changes to the way that I roll and get a little bit more focused and go for this position quite quickly and fun, decisively.
Well, it should be interesting because now we're both coming in, you know, just fresh from the warm-up area into our first match. So I don't know if we're going to see anything different, but as I said, I think she's obviously the one with, yeah, more technical skills. But I am quite durable, so it's going to be a battle of, you know, styles in that regard.
That brings us to the highly anticipated rematch in the women's lightweight division. This time for the title. These two women are old competitive foes and look to battle it out one more time for divisional supremacy. From the blue corner, representing Purist Jiu Jitsu, please welcome Jess Hill. Her opponent is the female absolute champion representing PFA from the red corner. Please welcome Bunmi Ojewole.
Well, folks, the stage is set for blockbuster rematches. Bunmi Ojewole defends her title against Jess Hill in a showdown that fans have been waiting for since their unforgettable clash at WTA 8. Dubbed the match of the year in 2024, their first encounter was an instant classic. Tonight, they run it back with championship gold on the line, and the stakes have never been higher.
Your referee, Lloyd Griffith.
So what belt are they fighting for now? Is it?
So actually they are fighting for the women's lightweight belt.
Because Bunmi is the absolute champion.
Okay. Yeah. So her title's actually not on the line.
Oh,
but
nice inside trip from Bunmi.
Should Bunmi win this, she will be the first double champ of WTA history.
Oh,
what
wow.
a milestone for women's jiu-jitsu once again. And what really excites me about this match, and you know, we're here to hype it up a little bit, but you know, Jess did a good job at the face-off, throwing shade at Bunmi at their last encounter, saying that she got very lucky to get that submission right at the end, given the fact that she was dominating the matchup.
Interesting.
But we know that they went through a team event. They both had their own respective matches to that final clash, and Jess is correct that she was dominating the match to an extent. But, you know,
yeah, Bunmi got the victory.
She got the victory. Yeah. She got the submission.
Jess looking to go shin on shin there. We may see a leg entry. I'm surprised she's not gripping the back of her leg. Yeah, there we go. She's now got Bunmi's leg. We may see her roll to the side. Okay, looking to try and get to the back. Jess. Into that closed guard position.
Close guard pulling Bunmi down onto her, which I'm not sure. It's a great strategy given the fact that Bunmi is exceptionally strong. We've seen her showcase that strength on multiple occasions. It's just got her closer to those hips. But unfortunately, a body lock in a closed guard position not really going to help you that much.
No, not going to do too much in terms of opening or passing that closed guard. Just trying to angle off to the side, looking maybe to isolate the head and arm, maybe attack an arm of Bunmi's if she's exposing it. Oh, I think Bunmi's contact just fell out. Bunmi staying composed.
As you said, Jess, like really focusing on isolating that arm.
Yeah.
Kind of a shoulder crush there.
I was going to, maybe she's looking to extend that arm for a bit of a shoulder crush position.
Going to need to get her feet on those hips in order to gain extension for that shoulder crush.
Oh, now into Kimura. If she can extend Bunmi's hips away from her, she might be able to isolate that arm or get that fist up and out of that crevice. Okay, Bunmi feeding that arm over, looking to do a bit of a crossface on Jess. Keeping her controlled. It would be nice to see Bunmi work to break the closed guard and push the action a bit.
Yeah, potentially posture up a little bit in order to create some space to open up that guard. Just doing exceptionally well to stop Bunmi from standing up in that position. Once again, attacking that far side shoulder. Look, as much as we can say that Bunmi needs to like stand up and posture up to break that guard, but
she could be looking at the hip bump sweep, because I even know that's one of her favorites. So she's got that arm over Bunmi's head and far side shoulder. She could look to do that hip bump sweep.
Sure. Also, maybe potentially drop that knee into that space that's opening up for K guard. Potentially a bit of strategy pacing themselves, knowing that title fight, 10-minute match.
Yeah, most definitely.
Have yet to.
Maybe Jess can look to stuff a hand here, shoot the triangle. Nope, not interested in that. Opens her closed guard.
But that gives Bunmi an opportunity to
drops on the
step
leg.
onto that leg.
Oh, she's got the outside heel exposed, and she's now rotating it. Ooh, deep bite there from Bunmi, but Jess doing well to rotate. Yeah, a bit of a grimace there.
And doing well to retrieve that leg back in space. But as we know in this game of Jiu Jitsu, those deep bites could leave kind of lasting damage that you're going to have to withstand throughout the rest of your match.
Yeah. Is Jess in an inside Ashi position there? I think so. Yeah.
No, she doesn't have the far side leg threaded through. Trying to wrestle on that leg, but it's not really going to help as Bunmi's knee is pinning down that
taking a bit of a pit stop there, letting Jess ride her weight, or riding her rather.
Really both women kind of showcasing the patience that's required in a high-level matchup like this.
Very technical, very strong, very patient.
Jess was hiding that top arm.
Bunmi looking for a DAS or some type of head and arm choke. Don't think she had a deep enough of a bite there as Jess rolled back. Although, oh, there we go. Still got, okay, no, Jess does well to get her shoulders to the mat.
Bunmi in this half guard position, looking to try pyramid her head on the ground and elevate her hips.
Okay, they're going to be reset to the center of the mats.
Interesting Jess trying to isolate that shoulder once again, but without the butterfly hook in place, it really is not an effective way to relieve the pressure that that Bunmi has on her in that half guard position, particularly because Bunmi's hips have passed that leg, past the legs.
Yeah,
There's nowhere to sweep her on that side. Bunmi's head's on the sweeping side. She's also got the arm based out on that end.
Yeah, and even type of Troy bar entries are not going to be in this current position that they find themselves in. I don't think she'll be able to even enter that Troy bar. She would need to feed her left leg over and across Bunmi's face, but Bunmi's got that cross body pressure.
Look, these two competitors are decorated Jiu Jitsu practitioners. Perhaps Jess has a trick up her sleeve. But Bunmi making her feel the pressure with that frame across the neck and then opting to get into the strong cross-face position. Jess wise to keep those hands very tight to stop Bunmi attacking them. You can just ask Monique van Staden what a Kimura grip feels like from Bunmi.
Yeah, that clip went viral with everyone in the crowd wincing at how that shoulder nearly, I don't know how that didn't explode. But anyway, both ladies showing a lot of patience. Bunmi now, gets that arm cross body.
Yeah, look, I mentioned a bit earlier, the shoulder lock position did not seem to benefit Jess, and it's just got her in a little bit deeper trouble here.
So she doesn't have that head and arm choke. Bunmi would need to sort of extract her left arm, but that pressure looks brutal.
The pressure is brutal, and she's got, both of her top frames facing in the incorrect position in order to relieve the pressure that Bunmi's putting on her. Bunmi would probably look to, once again, pyramid on the top of her head to try elevate her hips to get into the mounted position, but she's opting for just a pressure choke here.
Yeah, maybe she gets some form of an Ezekiel going there as well. See, she's trying to force that hand in just to tighten up the space and get rid of, or block any gaps that there may be there that's allowing Jess to breathe.
Look, with 2 minutes on the clock, this is a fantastic advantage to Bunmi. Should this go into overtime, it really would have sapped the energy out of Jess. And very
interesting configuration of her arms. Traditionally we would like to see Bunmi's left arm over that left arm of Jess's, but it's still on her neck and on that carotid artery, so it may be doing the job.
And Bunmi locking up
Ezekiel, I think, might do the job. Oh, but Jess fighting the grips.
Yeah, it's kind of like a rear naked choke
from on top.
Reverse rear naked choke.
Jess seems pretty cool, calm, and collected under there. Jess has done really well to,
just
withstand
that heel exposure, because now she has a little bit of a bite on that leg, but
it's possible that by her, withstanding that attack, Bunmi may have gassed her arms trying to give that, full-on squeeze.
Yeah, and just that kind of that willpower victory of withstanding the pressure, the top pressure, might bode Jess well as this match enters its final minute. Jess now finds herself in that top position, half guard.
Can she put something on with 25 seconds to go?
Seems unlikely. Bunmi's got that underhook on the one side. Not as much pressure being weighed down by Jess on Bunmi. 10 seconds to go. Will be interesting to see how both competitors do in the overtime matchup. Well, great showing by both individuals. Just not getting the submission that she had called going into the matchup, wanting to finish it in regulation time. So we will see an overtime matchup between the two competitors to see who takes the title, lightweight women's title tonight. Just focusing on the replay once again, just early on in the match in the close guard position, looking at that shoulder lock.
To isolate that arm a bit.
Okay, we click back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. Jessica Hill winning the coin toss, opting to take the back first and foremost, trying to keep what looks like a larger competitor, slightly larger, in position. Bunmi
doing well to fight those grips.
Very, very well.
Trying to get her shoulders to the mat. Jess readjusts fantastically well. Gets a double underhooks and a body triangle. And pretty much from this position, I don't see Bunmi going anywhere.
Yeah. Spinal alignment, chest on back.
Ear to ear.
Double underhooks. Textbook stuff by Jessica Hill. Going for the mandible choke there, getting her arm across the face. She does have her...
Bunmi doing well to get out of that lower body control. But now she's got to worry about the choke. And Jess is doing well to, you know, keep her distracted as she focuses on her lower body. She attacks the upper body.
Well, as you noted, after Bunmi had that top pressure, you know, did she gas herself out? It will be a question that we need to answer as she gets her turn, taking Jessica's back.
You know, yeah, maybe she was giving that at all. She saw that as a possibility to finish the fight, or maybe she realized I'm not going to finish Jess here, and let me just, you know, let her ride out the pressure a bit, but not gas my arms.
Does seem like she has not figured out this puzzle right now, and the way it's looking, you know, as we enter the last 15 seconds of the overtime, overtime round, it seems as though Jess will ride it out to the full time limit.
Bunmi will have to either hold Jess for 2 minutes or submit Jess to get the victory. Well, to not lose.
Oh, great showing by Jess.
So if she manages to hold Jess for 2 minutes, we have another round.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And during the break, I did check in with Alistair Bishop. The rule set is that on the opponent's turn for overtime, they choose the position that they start on. So Bunmi could have gone into the spiderweb position if she felt as though that was a strong position.
That may have been a smart decision.
Yeah, well, Bunmi also locking Jess down here with that bottom side triangle.
Top one. Oh, she's...
But Jess is doing particularly well to get that shoulder to the ground, but Bunmi pulls her over to the other side.
On her choking side. Lots of grip fighting. Bunmi's got that body triangle locked up. She has to fight for the submission, and she has to push the pace. Jess looks like her hips may be misaligned, so she can maybe try spinning within Bunmi's lock, but Bunmi doing well to keep her control.
Bunmi does not have a underhook in though, so that's going to make it quite difficult for her to maintain this position. But she's getting underneath that.
I think she's got the choke. That looks very deep. Jess trying to fight the grips. Bunmi giving it her all. Oh my God. How is Jess doing very well to defend that choke?
Just doing exceptionally well, and we're getting into another one of these heated battles where Bunmi is really putting everything into trying to finish this choke.
You know, she needs to get Jess higher, get ear to ear, maybe get that elbow to the mat more so that she gets some torque in that rotation.
Oh, there she goes, sinking the backhand in place.
That's on. She just needs to take her time.
25 seconds to go. Jess will do well to stay in this.
Oh, wow. Is she going to try and hold on for 20 seconds? She might be going to sleep. Oh, wow.
Incredible. With 8 seconds to go, does she have the ability to rotate out of this? Bunmi holding on to that back position and sinking in the choke once again.
Oh, my goodness. Well done, ladies.
Fantastic showing.
Bunmi shaking her arms. I think her arms are pumped. They both are finished. That was incredible. How did Jess not tap to that?
And you could have fooled me twice. I saw those eyes rolling.
My goodness, that was incredible. Both ladies are finished. But Jess did so well. She almost like baited Bunmi, sort of went a bit limp and then exploded out of that.
But referee Lloyd Griffith's right there watching the action, ensuring that
she
Jess
wasn't out
to sleep.
Yeah.
And now we get Jess back onto Bunmi's back, trying to get her second 2 minutes to finish off. Let's see how these two competitors
Jeez,
ride
I can
these ones
only
out.
imagine what their arms feel like.
Just a reminder to those at home, we are now into the 15th minute of this match, given the fact that we are in the third overtime round.
So Bunmi needs to try rotate towards the mat, try beat that lower body control.
You see Jess doing a really good job in maintaining those underhooks, both in a double underhook scenario, but also when she...
And then body triangle again.
Body triangle, yeah.
So if Bunmi's struggling to escape this now and she's gassing, she should probably, you know, just worry about that choking hand. Let her arms recover a bit and be prepared to put it on Jess in the next 2 minutes. But Jess looking for the finish. Can she get the finish now? She manages to lock up the rear naked choke. Oh, Bunmi proving just as resilient as Jess was. Oh my goodness, incredible stuff from both ladies. This is energy sapping stuff.
Energy sapping, all action, you know, systematic showcase of both attack and defense by both women.
Wow. Bunmi having none of it as well. That's a bit of a mandible choke now. She's not actually under her chin, but trying to still force the...
Bunmi doing a good job in going over.
Yeah, interesting that. 25 seconds to go, or less.
Both women leaving everything out on that mat.
So how equally matched are these ladies? Like, you know, regulation time, there was nothing between them, and now in overtime, it's proving hard to find a winner. My goodness.
Another 2 minutes of ride time there by Jess Hill. So we go into our second overtime for Bunmi, the fourth overtime overall, and she will need to either submit Jess or try to
hold on for
2 minutes.
If Jess escapes within 2 minutes, Jess will be the victor. I'm sure Bunmi's arms are gassed as well, but if she manages to maintain this position, I'll be so impressed. Oh, well done. Jeez. Again, ending up on that choking side. She's got the underhook, Bunmi on the top side. Jess doing well to not let Bunmi establish any type of, you know, choke or grip. Oh, Jess maybe making her way out of that lower body. No, is that okay? So Jess gets her shoulders to the mat, constituting an escape. Well done. Bunmi's got a big smile on her face.
Jess with all of the emotion.
Jess quite emotional and proud of herself for that victory.
Looking to get her only loss on the WTA mat against this specific opponent back. It's 1-for-1 now, with Jessica Hill being the lightweight title holder. Interesting to see how this develops and whether we'll get the trilogy matchup.
Most definitely. Both corners shaking hands, lots of camaraderie and good sportsmanship, as always.
And our new women's lightweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, Jess Hill, getting the title wrapped around her waist by just inferior. And again, like an incredible showcase of high-level jiu-jitsu, also a showcase of tenacity and grit.
Wow. If ever there was an advertisement for tenacity and grit, my goodness.
There we go. And our new champion, Jess Hill, heads over to see us. See us take us away with the interview with our victor.
Jess, how does that feel? I mean, you guys look like you were so drained. It was a chess match of note, but congratulations, you must be thrilled.
Yeah, thanks. Absolutely thrilled. Like, it was very tiring, but I proved technique beats strength.
Tell me, what does this mean to you? I mean, as you know, as someone who's been a pioneer in the sport for so many years, who's, you know, really focused on doing your thing, what does this mean to you?
It means a lot to me. Now people can actually see that I am one of the best in the country. All that training's been paying off, and I get the recognition I deserve.
I think that deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Jess, what were you expecting from Bunmi tonight? Because you know she has the strength, but it was like strategic. Was it waiting for your opportunity? Was it sort of just waiting to see if the altitude played its part? Maybe just sort of share that insight with us.
So the big thing is I expected her to try and use strength, tire me out and stall a lot until I made a mistake like I did last time. But no, I decided I'm going to pace myself, be patient and wait for her to make the mistake. It did actually happen in the last few minutes there, but we ran out of time.
Jess, what's next for you? I mean, you've got the belts. I mean, have you even thought that far yet? I mean, who would you like to face? I mean, what are you thinking?
I'd like to try and get all the rest of the titles. So, Monique, I'd love to face you. Hannah, most definitely. I'm actually not walking around at a weight of under 70. I'm usually around 62, 63 kilograms. So I think that's a more realistic goal. Otherwise, I'd like to compete overseas this year. And I've been training a lot with the guys from Creonch. I'd like to say a big thank you to them. They were very accommodating and excellent teammates. So thank you, guys.
Jess, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Your new champion, Jess Hill.
Remind yourself what life is all about. Adventure awaits in the all-new Photon Tunnel G7. Expand your lifestyle, your boundaries, your imagination. Find yourself in places where no one else can. Backed by our class-leading warranty and a national dealership network, you now have the confidence to go further. The all-new Photon Tunnel G7. Expand your lifestyle.
I think Aiden's a very good competitor. I think he's obviously matured over the last couple of years. I think he's got a lot better. You know, and that's what happens when you compete. You know, I think the more you compete, the better you get. And Aiden's putting himself on the big stages, which is commendable. You know, Aiden's been to ADCC twice. He's done relatively well there. He obviously went to Euros this year. I'm sure he's going to do ADCC next year and a couple of international comps again, which is really how you get better. And I think, you know, Aiden's the best years are ahead of him. He's still quite young. So yeah, I think he's a really good competitor, and I think, yeah, like I said, his best years are ahead of him.
I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to the weight, right? He's a smaller guy, I'm a bigger guy, so I just need to use my weight and my size, play the big man game, put him on the back foot, try and put a pace on him, and just take it from there and play my game. I mean, yeah, I know he's definitely not going to play any kind of relaxed game. I spoke to him at the Sub Kings, actually. I said to him, dude, when we roll, please don't play guard. And he said to me, don't worry, I don't play guard. So I was like, okay, well, that just sets the tone for how the match is going to be. So, yeah, it's going to be cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-main event awaits us next. In a matchup with no weight class, the men's absolute title is on the line for the first time in Sub Kings history. From the blue corner, the light heavyweight champion who represents Quan Vessels and Cornerstone Jiu Jitsu. Please welcome Aiden Griffith. His opponent represents Creonch BJJ from the blue corner. Please welcome the welterweight champion, Chris Steenkamp.
Well, folks, the stakes don't get higher than this as two reigning champions collide for this prestigious absolute title. Chris Steenkamp, the welterweight king, faces Aiden Griffith, the light heavyweight champion in a clash that transcends weight classes. Both competitors are vying to cement their legacies by becoming Submission King's first ever double champions. With contrasting styles and a class and championship pedigree, this bout promises to be an instant classic.
Yeah, this you guys were chatting earlier on about which is your highlight for the night.
Bobby Karajanese.
So sorry, you guys were saying which is the highlight for the night, and for me it's these next two fights. I mean, I've been amped to see both Chris and Aiden have a go at each other. You know, what an interesting matchup, and you know, check at that size discrepancy. Aiden is one big human. I don't know what they feed these Griffiths, but
yeah, Aiden came in at 110 kgs today.
Strong collar ties from Aiden there.
Chris at lower 80 kg, so
nice duck under there by Chris. Oh, beautiful hip throw from Aiden. You see a bit of the size discrepancy now as Aiden towers over Chris.
Both fighters exceptionally aggressive early on in this match.
I think, you know, they both highlighted that they were going to push the pace. They're coming here for Fight of the Night awards, and I think Chris now, he's just going to try enter that outside heel hook straight away. He's going to
isolate that
leg. He's going to feed that right leg of, he's looking to wrestle up back on top. Straight onto the head. Aiden having none of it. Oh, big throw. I don't, you know, Chris and ref saying that was a spike.
It'll be interesting. Let's see the replay.
Big throw there from Aiden. Luckily, Chris didn't land on his head or anything like that. But
let's see. How would you call this, Mark? Would you
flip? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think, was Aiden penalized there? I don't know. I'm not too sure how the refs judged that, or you know, viewed that as whether they saw that as a takedown or a spike. Aiden very strong with those collar ties.
Yeah. You know, the one criticism that Aiden's had in previous matchups is that he didn't impose himself. He came in a little bit kind of loose, but not tonight. But Chris, being the smaller man, you wouldn't say so watching the action. He's really trying to give it back.
Chris is fired up, and he's coming at Aiden. Well, don't push him off the mats. And both these guys, like as we've said before, you know, gamers looking to push the pace, fight of the night. Chris looking even, you know, standing up with Aiden despite the size discrepancy.
Yeah, Chris really with the collar ties on there, you know. Aiden trying to insert his in and weigh heavy on that head.
You see how Aiden's doing that like pulsation? Yeah. I think it's just maybe trying to distract Chris a bit. Chris looking for a throw by there. Fired up, both these guys.
Very, very heavy on the neck.
Oh, looking for a double. What would you call that? Like, I'm on blank. But anyway,
Chris looking up at the clock.
Last double. There we go. It came to me.
Commentators get one mulligan per.
Yeah, that's mine.
Per promotion.
Get out of jail free card. It'll be interesting to see here now, you know, does Aiden want to take this to the ground and look to impose his weight and size? Does Chris want to pull guard and look to attack the legs?
Yeah, both competitors seeming that they're trying to keep this fight on the feet for as long as possible. Probably
high pace, my goodness. Despite it being standing, very high paced.
Like, who's benefiting from staying on the feet longer? Who would you say, Mark?
I'd say Aiden, because he can just wear Chris down with those heavy collar ties and try and pose some size. But you know, I'm sure Chris has a strategy. I'm sure they have a game plan. You know, this may be part and parcel. So, but I would think the longer it stands, the more like as soon as Aiden weighs on those heavy collar ties. Okay, Aiden getting in. Did he get that outside shot there?
Chris doing really well with his front headlock.
Yeah.
In a dominant position.
You can hear the crowd going crazy.
Well, both the crowd and
his corner. Yeah, very.
Aiden trying for a leg entry there, but using it as a wrestle up.
Sure.
Both corners absolutely fired up for this one.
Oh, big takedown from Aiden. Last double knee tap there, ends up in his top position. You would probably think he now wants to slow it down a bit and try and impose that size difference. You know, what's it, 30 kilos? Chris doing very well to get that knee shield back in.
The top knee back in. Aiden trying to weigh down his weight on there. Some big man jiu-jitsu.
Probably see maybe like that camping or that, you know, pit stop position where Aiden can drop his hip onto Chris's knee there, let Chris hold his weight. But Chris doing well.
Just catch Justin Ferrier's face on the side of that, really enjoying the action on the live stream. What an incredible matchup.
I'm loving this match, wow.
But you know, like, absolute respect to Chris coming in here. That much lighter, but up until this point, really not.
We've said it before, and it's been said a few times, you know, pound for pound, one of the top grapplers in SA, if not one of the best. So, you know, kudos to him for putting his hand up to take a fight like this.
Deciding to stay down on the ground there.
Not getting up. Aiden with that heavy cross face, but again, Chris doing well to deal with what Aiden's throwing at him.
Yeah.
Some of that turning sequence in that.
But does not have control of that arm in the turning sequence, which just allows Chris to reach out to that thigh, potentially look to pull it in. And you know,
Chris doing so well to regard, proving himself a difficult customer, you know.
You know, the counter to this kind of big man, small man jiu-jitsu is the fact that it's sometimes exceptionally hard to get control of the smaller guy. You know,
I think we're seeing that.
Chris really like rolling himself up into a ball, ensuring that Aiden can't get the appropriate grips.
Yeah, and can't really impose his game as well, you know. There's not much space for him, call it that. But Aiden needs to get past that knee shield, which he seems to have done now. Chris, again, just doing so well to get those legs back up and re-establish some form of a guard.
Just a little bit of an elevation, and that's what it took to get that double knee shield back in place. Aiden stepping around that knee now, looking to settle himself in this side control position, but using
Chris onto a leg. Oh no, never mind. Bit of that butterfly position. Chris having a look at the time.
Well, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, Mr. Steenkamp, in order to work there. Same to you, Aiden Griffiths.
Yeah, it would be great to see a finish from either of these men, you know. You don't want to fight like this settled on overtime, but if it gets there, it gets there.
Chris trying to isolate that far leg, but Aiden wise to it.
Aiden's corner telling him, you know, about controlling those hips, trying to put his butt back to the floor, well, Chris's butt.
Aiden getting a tight grip around that neck in a kind of front headlock position or kind of side cradle. But Chris once again regaining his half guard.
Yeah.
Using that choking frame.
Aiden very fired up. Some strong
framing from both competitors.
Gas masking, what if you
gas
want to call
marking,
it.
choking frames.
Yeah. See, now Aiden's doing what I was talking about there, where he's riding his weight on Chris's leg, which will tire out his hip flexors a bit. Oh, Chris on that shoulder crunch, looking for a choi bar. Too slippery.
Too slippery.
Into bottom side control now. Aiden with a strong side crossface. Again, Chris doing so well to get to his side. Not let Aiden control him as well as he would like to.
But great look in on that Choi bar over there.
Beautiful entry, my goodness. I think had that been a bit earlier in the match, he would have had a proper bite there. But Aiden, I saw, you know, there's a lot of sweat flying around, so I think he knew that he could just... Aiden looking for a bit of a meat hook now, I think. You know, some gas masks.
Game of inches here. But both competitors,
what a match.
Really, really trying to impose themselves on one another. Aiden looking to slide himself over into a north-south position, perhaps looking to isolate an arm. Really not a position that Chris would want to find himself with 1 minute left on the clock to
You know,
work.
it's possible that the Crunch guys have strategized for this and now have a trick up their sleeve for overtime.
That is very possible.
All of them very cognizant and conscious of the time. Corner looking at the time. So I think at this point it's about getting to the overtime rounds. Aiden also having a look up, I think, trying to gather himself. Realize there's no point, absolutely wasting all his energy at this point.
Both corners seemingly telling their fighters to slow down a little bit. As you said, conserve a bit of that energy with the match in its last 30 seconds, likely to hit that overtime. Chris doing well to pin his shoulders back down to the mat so that Aiden can't get control of that top arm.
Now, Aiden also, sorry, we didn't talk about it, but another one of those young guns that have come through the ranks. He's 21.
21 years old.
Yeah, so a bit of an age discrepancy.
21 to 33.
Yeah.
As well as the weight
Crazy.
discrepancy.
Beautiful from both gents as regulation time ends.
Well, fully appreciated by the crowd out here. As we look at the highlights here,
some big throws.
Great hip throw to get Chris down onto the ground. Very aggressive Jiu Jitsu by both competitors.
Some big throws. He has that spike or takedown, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, Aiden ended up on top, played his game, but Chris did so well, not turtling, but getting those knees to chest, knee to elbow, getting to his side. He was never flattened at any point, or when he was. He did well to then get back to his side, but now we see Aiden on his back. It will be interesting to see what the Creon strategy was here for Chris. Aiden's
going with two, double underhooks, looking to first and foremost ensure that the small man does not wriggle out and rotate his hips with a.
Interesting, because maybe Chris was preparing for a bit of a seatbelt position.
Brilliant gaming if that was the case by the Quan Vessel's crew. Aiden getting that bottom side triangle locked in.
Does he force a submission? Does he ride it out?
Well, as it stands right now with double underhooks, it's all about ride time. Perhaps placing confidence in the fact that he'll be able to escape in much quicker time. So going with the strategy.
Maybe as well, you are a bigger guy. It's harder for the smaller guy to get his hands around you.
Potentially.
Yeah. Chris looking to wriggle out of that grip, but Aiden keeping those double unders tight. I'm sure both guys are pretty slippery at this point in time.
Pretty slippery.
Aiden looking for a mandible choke, but Chris wise to it and just defending that, pulling that arm down straight away. Chris looking to shift those hips off.
So for a short 5 seconds of that potential mandible choke, back to the double underhooks.
This has been such an intense match.
Well, folks, as we start to enter the last 30 seconds of this match, doesn't look like Chris has found a...
So Aiden's changed his grip now. He's gone back to double underhooks.
Seemingly not a puzzle that Chris is able to solve right now. So that will be down to... And he does find his way out.
12 seconds left on the clock. It's a long time to hold big Aiden, but I'm sure Chris believes in himself. Oh, he wants armbar. He's opted for armbar. I think that's a wise decision. That's a very clever strategy.
It's an exceptionally big arm to keep control of there. So, as you said, potentially not a bad strategy here.
They definitely strategized for this. I would think that, this was, they realized Chris holding on to Aiden was going to be quite a tough ask, but, here he's probably got a sequence of things he's going to work through and probably try to get them on as quick as possible.
And whilst my memory fails me in terms of Chris's last outing where he chose the armbar, whether he had won that over time or not.
Aiden needs to try get up. He needs to... Chris looking at his corner, he seems confident he's got it in. Aiden needs to try get his arms, his legs under the knees of Chris's. Okay, he's managed to connect his grips. Okay, can he strike Chris off? Wow, what a finish. What a finish.
Putting everything on the line. Oh
what
my
a
goodness.
finish. What a finish.
Exceptional
Holy
showing by
crap.
both sets of individuals.
Wow.
That arm looked like it was in deep, deep trouble.
I'm pretty sure he even took maybe some damage on that arm, but wow.
But incredible showing by
Wow.
both gentlemen.
Wow.
Absolutely had everybody on the edge of their seats. And you can see how much it meant to both sets of individuals, and probably both gyms. You know, these are the two, most prominent competitive gyms in South African Jiu Jitsu, and a great showing by both gentlemen.
Wow, what a fight, ladies and gentlemen. That was flipping awesome to see.
And there we go. Aiden Griffith with his hand raised, getting given his light heavyweight title by his girlfriend, and now Big Al, Alistair Bishop, going in to make him the first double champ in WTA history. Well done, Aiden Griffith.
Wow.
To CS Duplessis, with CS interviewing our first double champ in WTA history. CS, take us away.
Ladies and gentlemen, history made here at Winner Takes All 10 tonight. Aiden, before we get into how you're feeling, Chris put up a valiant fight. I mean, that was an incredible effort.
I think valiant is an understatement. Guy's a fucking savage. So I wouldn't have wanted this absolute fight with anyone else, actually. That was quite intense. I enjoyed that a lot.
How are you feeling after that? I mean, you look like Chris really, put on the grind. He was tenacious, but this is a statement of how far you've come and the statement you're trying to make in this sport.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming into this, we knew Chris was IBJJF European brown belt champion, so we knew the first 4 minutes was going to be tough. He was going to come out physical, and he did. So, yeah, it was perfect. I mean, he was tough. I'm tired now, so time to go home and rest.
Double gold, that's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Definitely does.
What's next for you now? You said you're going to take some time out, but what does 2025 look like, and what is that trajectory? I mean, 2024 has been a pretty good year for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, starting 2024 with no titles, finishing with 2. Next year, we're looking to go international, try win a few international comps, and then anyone else who wants it, anyone else who wants to talk shit, now's your time. Come for the gold, baby.
Aiden, congratulations, well done. Have a wonderful festive season. Your champion, double champion, ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Griffith.
Sure, that was intense. Bro, I was stressing at the end there.
I'm very excited, especially now because it's new for me, combat jiu-jitsu. I never did before. It will be very interesting. I'm sure Warren is a good competitor. He's a black belt, high level. He beat my coach before. And then I really want this match. I think it will be very interesting.
I definitely think Davi carries the boogeyman stigma, you know. He obviously lost the match against JP, and that was a highly technical match. I know a lot of people don't appreciate how technical that match was. What they don't realize is that at such a high level, when you've got two high-level grapplers, there's a lot happening in like the inches of movement between them. And I thought that match was phenomenal. JP obviously pulled through in the overtime and won the title. But I don't think it's made Davi any less dangerous. I think he's still the boogeyman technically. There's obviously we've identified a way in submission grappling how to beat him, and I think we've got a fairly decent idea in combat jiu-jitsu how to beat him as well. But yeah, I think if you give him a gap, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You have to make sure that your game's tight and have to have a proper strategy when competing against them.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the main event of the evening. A lightweight combat match that promises blockbuster action. From the blue corner, representing Quan Vessels, please welcome the lightweight gi champion, Warren King. His opponent is the featherweight champion. From the red corner, now calling Cape Town home and representing PFA. Please welcome Davi Alencar.
Well, folks, the final fight of the night brings us another shot at double champion status. Two reigning champions collide in this high-stakes combat jiu-jitsu showdown. With an added element of open-hand strikes, this clash between champions promises to be an explosive end to WTA 10.
Yeah. Your referee is Bobby Karajanidis.
That previous fight was anything to go by. I think we have some fireworks here.
No, most definitely. And then just a reminder to everyone at home, combat jiu-jitsu, so once these two competitors hit the mat, open palm strikes are allowed. Davi coming in.
Yeah, taking control of the center stage there. Shooting for a single. Warren on a guillotine. Oh, Davi raining some big strikes down straight away. Warren throwing some back of his own. He's got his closed guard onto an arm.
Oh, and then
straight onto a leg.
Interesting. Davi, you know, Davi said in the build-up to this match that he was going to focus on his jiu-jitsu,
Yeah,
but he came
straight
out
to Warren's back. Throwing some big strikes on Warren.
Trying to expose that neck exposure.
And we see him using the strikes properly, you know, throwing down some strikes so as to distract Warren to then potentially maybe lock in a rear naked.
Very, very difficult spot for Warren here. While Davi tries to sink in that choke and he gets the tap in place.
Unlucky Warren, good fight, Davi.
Yeah, fantastic.
Came out aggressive, came out strong.
And really imposed himself in this matchup.
Yeah.
And finds his way to double champ status. You know, Davi now training with the PFA down in Cape Town, and seemingly paying off, allowing them to get one back over the loss for Bunmi earlier in the night, and a very quick finish by Davi Alencar to become double champ status.
Warren understandably looks quite upset, but well-executed game plan from Davi.
Most definitely.
Seemed to take control of the mat, not give Warren any space. As soon as it was on the ground, rain down big strikes and then fight for position.
Yeah, and you know, just showcasing the added complexity of a combat jiu-jitsu match. And you know, what a way to end off the night. Davi Alencar bowing to the mat on his way to see us and to undertake his interview as a new status double champ. CS, take us away.
Davi Alencar, that was sensational. How are you feeling after that? That was all business. You used your slaps to perfection, and that was a statement win.
I feel great. I just want to say thank you, God. Thank you, my coach, Mike, my team, PFA, everyone who's helped me with this camp, my girlfriend, who always support me. I'm happy, very happy.
What was the game plan going into this one? Warren King is one of the OGs. He is a fantastic competitor. What was the game plan?
I don't know. Who's the next? I can fight anyone. I feel good. I feel great. I have a good team. And I don't know. Let's see.
Double champ. That must sound good. You must be very chuffed with yourself.
Yeah, I'm very happy now. Don't know what I can say. Just thank you, God.
Last one from me. What's next for you? What does 2025 look like? You've ended as double champ.
Can I invite my coach to come here?
Of course.
Come, Coach Mike.
Mike, there we go. A question for you. You must be absolutely chuffed. Obviously, didn't go your way with Bunmi, but now with Davi, you must be thrilled.
Yeah, super thrilled. I mean, he's been slapping the shit out of me for the last 4 weeks. It's nice that it paid off, and he's hungry for the violence. So it was awesome. Very proud.
What does his career path look next for you as a coach? Looking at 2025, what are you thinking?
Well, I'd love him to be able to keep his national division of 66, but we'll take whatever opportunities come by. They're not that readily available. So whatever Submission Kings has, whatever is around, we'll take.
Mike Bunmi, travel safe. Enjoy your festive season. Great to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, the double champion, Davi Alencar.
And we see there Warren on the arm, looking for a finish. Davi managing to shake him off and get straight to the back.
Raining down those strikes,
Yeah.
doing an exceptional job to expose that neck.
Big strikes, and as soon as the gap opened up, he just fed that arm straight through.
And, you know, as we watch the finish here, what a way to end off the year.
Incredible.
2024. Some fantastic jiu-jitsu on showcase through the WTA events, and a number of new champions, double champions, and, you know, just a great advertisement once again for South African jiu-jitsu.
As always, new champs, debutants put their hand up. Guys, you know, said why they deserve to be here. And as you say, what a way to end the year, and exciting 2025 in store between Sub Kings tournaments and the winner takes all events.
Okay, well, fantastic. Thank you very much for folks watching on YouTube, and for those that joined us live tonight. We've had a wonderful night, and I'm going to pass it over to CS to close us off for tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings to an end what has been an incredible winner takes all 10. Congratulations to all our winners. It has been phenomenal. We hope you've enjoyed the action. We'll be back in 2025. From me, CS Duplessis, our director, Chris Mulman, we wish you a fantastic festive season. And we'll catch you again at Submission Kings Winner Takes All 11 in 2025.